It's cozy season. You need blankets, pillows. You need mugs. You need...
You know what I want?
Tea koozie. What's your cozy season must-haves?
Holiday-themed glasses and dishware. You know, I finally got my little Christmas plates that I've wanted for years and years and years last Christmas. I want like some sort of
not
like...
my culture, but
I know
I
it's
respect
not your culture, but I want more like Christmassy drinkware, plateware.
Okay, well, you know a great place to get that.
Wayfair.
Yeah, you gotta be stocking up at Wayfair.
I'm stocking up at Wayfair.
Because not only are you going to get the cozy items that you so desire, but you're going to get great deals on the cozy items you so desire. Because Wayfair has great deals on things your home actually needs, especially before the holidays. They have everything from sofas to spatulas. You name it, they have it. They also have styles you can't find anywhere else. No cookie cutter stuff that everyone else has, so you can make your home way more you. Right now, you can shop Wayfair's insane holiday deals and get up to 70% off during their Black Friday deals.
You know what items I'm all ready for thanks to Wayfair?
What items?
Christmas napkins. It sounds silly, but I want them and I like them.
Get them.
Christmas, they've got little Christmas trees on them.
Get
and
them.
They're napkins.
Just
okay?
just have me over and make cookies.
And you'll go, not my culture, when you like wipe your mouth, but that's fine. That's
no,
totally
I'll say
fine.
These are gorgeous.
Thank you. Don't miss out on saving big with Wayfair this holiday. Head to wayfair.com now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals. That's WAYFAIR.com.
You will dream it.
Yo, they want to know.
Hey,
Mia.
hey,
Mia.
Come on.
hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
And we're in Chicago, and we're giving you, after two fantastic Midwest shows, I have to say, Minneapolis and Chicago, they were both really good.
Oh, what are we giving? You stopped at we're giving you.
Well, then I realized we should talk about the tour, which is ongoing and which was fantastic. It was so good.
We're giving you a compilation episode because we're so tired from our perfect, absolutely perfect Minneapolis and Chicago shows.
They were fantastic.
Thanks for coming out to see us. Thanks for cheering. Thanks for laughing. Thanks for the peanut butter M&Ms backstage.
Thanks for the Uncrustables in Minneapolis.
Oh my God.
No, they were Aldi brand Uncrustables that were square. They were good.
Classic.
We put together a compilation episode, one of two. You'll hear the second part, I don't know, in a couple of months when we do another compilation episode on the history of the What's Rita Ora Up To segment.
The origin story. All the way back to the bad sound quality. You're going to hear where we began.
The first ever Rita Ora segment that
Why
didn't have a theme
did
song.
we start this segment? And how did it last so long?
And how does she keep doing so much stuff that we can continue doing the segment at all? You will see that it's always been this way. You'll hear the first segment, which does not have the theme song. The second one you hear happened a couple months later when we got the theme song from Katie and Eric of the Who's.
Wait, do you play the theme song every time?
No, I only play the theme song the
Okay.
second
I
time
think
because
that's
you
a
have to
lot.
hear our reaction to it is very genuine because we're like, damn, what a good song.
It is still remains one of the best parts of
Yes.
the podcast. Thank you to Katie and Eric of the Who's who have let us use that theme song. It's actually streaming on Spotify now.
It
So
is.
if you really do want to just go jam out to it, maybe turn this off and go there.
It
I
is
mean,
there.
don't do that. But
Don't do that.
You know what I mean?
But we're going to leave you here so you can listen to this fantastic compilation. Thank you to Timmy for compiling the timestamps for all of these segments. Amazing. And let's get started with the very first episode of Who Weekly. I'm so sorry it sounds bad, but this is all about authenticity. We have to see where we came from if we are going to figure out where we're going, So
Who is this woman?
I pick my poison and it's
Who? This segment is called What's Rita Up To? And Rita
Rita
is
who?
like... Rita is Rita Ora. Rita Ora is this pop star who is very famous in Europe, or like marginally famous in Europe. She's one of those people who like has had a couple successful singles in Europe and like hosts their version of the X Factor or whatever, Britain's Got Talent. One of those shows where like you could bring in like C to B minus list people to host the show. But in America, she's not famous at all. But her people want her to be famous, like more than, I don't know, like more than Yolanda Foster wants to get rid of her Lyme disease. They want her to be famous
Nobody wants
so
to be
badly,
famous more than Rita Ora
and
wants to be famous in America.
and it's not working.
Rita Ora is the patron saint of Who Weekly because she is in every single tabloid for the most monotonous, usually very boring things, but somehow gets more coverage of these things than people get on way more important news. Again, like Rita Ora, yeah.
She's probably one of the most photographed people in the world,
and most of the world cannot name her.
99% of people in the United States have probably.
So we love her.
heard
She's our patron saint, and this segment is called "What's Rita Up To?" So Bobby, what's Rita up to this week?
Let's start with this one thing. One of the things that Rita Ora is up to this week is that, okay, so this is a stretch. She's not, well, literally, she's not technically up
She's
to
up
this,
to this.
But she was name dropped.
Rita Ora is like Google search
in,
of her name, like dinged and sent her an email, and she was very happy to be named. Okay.
Okay. So on Sunday's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is still on and still great, Kim was making fun of Rob, her brother, who's like not on the show anymore because he's like,
it's like very mysterious. It's sad, but it's also like very conspiracy. Like the part of me that believes in conspiracy theories gets always very anxious when like I think about Rob Kardashian.
Anyway, so Rob has gained a lot of weight since we last saw him on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and Rita Ora was one girl that he dated years ago. He also dated like Adrienne Bailon and like someone else. When he dated Rita Ora, he got a Rita Ora tattoo on his arm.
So he got Adrienne Bailon's full name tattooed on him first, right? So he got a picture of Rita Ora.
Rita Ora's face
covering Adrienne Bailon's name. Literally replacing Adrienne Bailon with Rita Ora. And in this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashian, very casually, Kim makes a joke about how Rita should feel bad because the tattoo of her is now bloated because Rob Kardashian gained weight and now it's all like distorted.
Yeah. So she's like, it used to look like a Barbie and now it looks like a Cabbage Patch. Which is so rude because Rob's not even on the show to defend himself anymore.
Like, forget what even. It's very mean and I'm very upset about it. But the best part of it is how casually Kim Kardashian says Rita. No Rita Ora, just Rita. As if you're supposed to know who this person is and what she's referring to.
Actually, I don't think I've ever referred to Rita Ora
She's
as
not
just Rita.
Actually. That's ridiculous.
So what else?
She was
Rita
robbed.
Oh God, I forgot
she was robbed. Who would steal from Rita?
Robbed.
What would you steal? What does she have? Whatever.
I don't know. She has a lot of bikinis. She's been
so many
in the news
bikinis recently.
For the past 2 weeks. Every time you refresh like TMZ or People, it's like Rita Ora flaunting like her assets in a bikini.
Do you think that
somewhere.
the burglar stole all her clothes and all she had left were bikinis, and so she has to wear bikinis all the time?
I mean, sure, why not? I believe literally anything you tell me about Rita Ora. I believe it. She's a blank slate. Everything sticks to her.
Yeah, so Rita's
anything.
been like, every week Rita's like extremely busy. So this week she was robbed, and she was robbed. Robbed and robbed. And then she's dealing with she sued Jay-Z, which is a great way to get yourself in the tabloids. She sued Jay-Z because she's like mad or something because her like album can't come out and no one's paying attention to her again. It's really sad because when Rita Ora is in the news and the news is no one pays attention to me and my label, it's like extremely telling. That's the end. That's what's Rita up to.
What was she wearing? Where was she seen? She posted what on Instagram? She's the Who Queen. Tens of people want to know all about the number one Who. Lindsay, Bobby, tell us now. What's Rita Ora up to?
Who is this woman?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Tens of people.
Tens of people.
It's extremely good. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are gonna be hearing that every week, so you don't have to. You can rewind and play it again, as I have many times, but you will be hearing it.
It's great.
So what is Rita Ora up to?
She is busy, going on her I'm Not Becky World Tour.
I feel so. I almost feel bad for her now. Do you feel bad for her?
Sort of.
I just feel like it's been very stressful because she's not the only person being targeted as Becky, and she is the only one who's possibly in a legal battle with Jay-Z, so it's complicated, She still has to deal with him. It's not like she can be like, oh, I'm not Becky, goodbye. She has to actually still deal with him because she wants to get her album out.
it's looking like that album's just not going to happen.
I mean, yeah. So she tweeted, "I usually never address tabloid gossip, but let me be clear, these rumors are false." And then she said, "I have nothing but the utmost respect for Beyonce. Let's continue enjoying lemonade," which is funny. But also,
So my favorite thing about that statement is that like she usually doesn't address tabloid gossip because there is no gossip about her. It's just like, what is she going to do? Address like, actually, I wasn't wearing this brand of like pants. I was wearing Zara pants. And it's like,
also
what?
ironically, one of the things that got her in trouble for this whole thing is what she wore. She wore the dress from the Formation video, which whatever, like we're in a different color. There's lots of dresses in the world, but she wore a very specific Gucci maybe red dress,
a Gucci dress, yeah.
that Beyonce wore when she was sinking on top of the police car.
Mm-hmm. And she just wore it casually, like
Rita,
to lunch.
Come on, Rita, you gotta know that. Why did no one tell her?
People know. She knew. She's trying to get in the news.
She knew. And then remember last week we talked about how there's a picture of her wearing a necklace that says J and lemon on her boobs.
Yes.
One of our very smart Twitter followers said, clearly that is not a J, that's an R upside down and flipped, which is accurate. And everyone kept being like, it's a J, it's a J. Well.
Yeah, whoops.
It's an R for Rita.
It's just an R.
And the fact that she had lemons on her boobs, on her bra, is, I feel like, just a coincidence.
I don't know what to believe when it comes to Rita. Because I feel like she's very good at staying in the headlines. So, like, even if she weren't Becky and she knew Lemonade was coming out, like, I wouldn't put it past her just to do it so that
Right.
she would get another headline.
Also, the best part is everything she does now is being looked into. So I guess she tweeted a poster for Ash Wednesday, that, like, really old
Liz Taylor
movie. And of course, please let me read the write-up that came with it, because it's... Rita left most in the imagination with her cryptic post, as it was just
Is this
simply,
Daily Mail?
Yes, the poster for Ash Wednesday, with only a praise emoji as the caption. But while it may seem like a picture of a movie poster, the plot of the movie is awfully coincidental to the affair drama that's currently surrounding Beyonce and Jay-Z after the release of Lemonade. The plot of the 1973 film revolves on a woman named Barbara, desperately attempting to save her failing marriage, but more ironically, Barbara ends up cheating on her husband.
Yeah, also the movie isn't known for the cheating. The movie is known for it being a movie about Elizabeth Taylor getting a shitload of plastic surgery to impress her husband. Like, that's why people know what Ash Wednesday
Bobby, is that not relevant to the situation? We don't know.
Who's getting, like, is Beyonce getting plastic surgery?
I don't
Well,
know.
if she is, it's...
You're saying if she is, it's really good?
No, I'm saying if she is, it's really good. It's not like she's old. The Ash Wednesday is about an old woman who gets plastic surgery to look
can't
younger.
Rita just see a movie? I was like, Rita tweeted the poster for Dumb and Dumber, and that movie is about two men who go on a road trip. It's like, imagine the other movies that Daily Mail would have to read into. Rita Ora tweeted the poster for Mrs. Doubtfire, which, as you know, is about a man who dresses as a woman to be a nanny. But yeah, the other Rita news is that, according to HollywoodLife.com, which you should not trust, that Rita was planning on going to the Met Gala, or she still is going to the Met Gala, but now she doesn't want to run into Jay-Z, so she's maybe not going.
She's going.
Yeah,
I'm sure she already paid for the tickets. Those tickets are expensive.
I mean, it's true. Also, HollywoodLife.com does not know Rita Ora if they don't know that she is clearly wants, like, if that's the situation, she's going.
Like Rita Ora will put a camera in an elevator so that it captures her and Jay-Z, like,
Rita
screaming
Ora
at
just
each other.
spends the entire time riding the elevator to maybe catch Jay-Z and Beyonce in the elevator to, like, get her own elevator video.
She has a GoPro attached to her dress.
Rita Ora's dress is built around the GoPro. It's somehow
It's like
structurally...
a Moschino. It's like a Moschino dress that's, like, covered in GoPros.
This is so mean.
It's like, oh, look at her brilliant dress. It's covered in GoPros. And then she, like, releases footage of people being like, who, from, like, all these angles. Like,
that would be art.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's something that we should do. That's beautiful art.
A wearable GoPro dress.
Oh my God, I love it.
Who is this woman?
Rita was in Vanity Fair this week.
Who's screaming?
Like children. You hear them?
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles. There's like children like running around in the street here. Just screaming.
Okay, go.
Okay. Rita was in Vanity Fair this week in the magazine. I don't know, but definitely online. And she did a Q&A, and she addressed some things. 2 things of importance. The rest were boring. The first one was interesting. They asked her about Calvin Harris, and she said, I have had a few dramas, haven't I? I think in general I've learned my lesson not to talk about my relationships and gossip because I've been at the center of it a few times and it's not worth it. Okay. I have a feeling that is not going to stick. And then she talks about, this is like a really short, this is very short, isn't it?
It's very short. It's very short.
And then she talks about, they ask her about Becky with the good hair, which honestly, can we stop with this enough? Yeah. She just wrote, I find it incredibly rude and disrespectful to women in general when we get accused of something that's basically against the important part, the music. So Rita is saying that she's not Becky and everyone else is rude.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's like a very, very short Q&A. And it's funny because somebody last night at dinner or before, somebody was like, oh, I saw Rita in the news because like now I'm a magnet for Rita content. I saw Rita in the news and why is she still talking about Becky with the good hair? And I was like, oh, well, she's actually not. She just keeps getting asked about it. So she talks about it. And then that becomes the headline. So I kind of do feel bad because if you're just watching Rita news and you don't really know the context, you're like, shut up about this shit.
But yeah, it wasn't her.
It's not her. It's like they ask her.
It's really funny that Katy Perry is responsible for those. Did we know that before? I don't think I did. Katy Perry's the one who brought the Not Becky pins to the Met Gala.
I think we knew because the only 2 people kind of in photos wearing the pins were Katy and Rita.
But Katie's the one who brought them, which is sort of shady.
I mean, if anyone is like secretly shady in a funny way, it's Katy Perry.
That's true.
Haven't we learned this?
The last thing that Rita has been up to, she was in the 50 Shades Darker trailer.
Did you see her, Bobby? Because
I saw her. She's behind Dakota Johnson in a family photo on the wall. It's very blurry, but you can see her. Lindsay took a great screen grab.
No, I didn't take this screen grab. Props to E! Online for writing a literal entire article about how Rita Ora made her debut in the trailer.
And it's just
this screenshot.
It's a screenshot of a blurry Dakota Johnson walking in front of a large framed family photo.
It is the best work that E! Online has done in months.
Yeah.
Is this article. It's extremely good and very relevant to me and Bobby. Dakota Johnson walks by a picture of Rita Ora in a family photo. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
That's it. I can't wait to see 50 Shades of Grey Darker starring Rita Ora coming out in like February of 2018 or something. If I could buy a ticket, I would already buy a ticket.
I'm sure the tickets will go on sale soon.
I want to be famous.
Love my CB distillery. It helps me sleep. I love my they're called gummies. They have gummies and gummies. The gummies don't quite put me to sleep, but the gummies do put me to sleep. And I take them most nights, to be honest.
You do. I know you do because you tell me about it every time. You're like, well, that worked. And for Bobby, nothing seems to be working. So this is an incredible breakthrough for you.
Genuinely a huge breakthrough for me. CB Distillery's targeted formulations are made from the highest quality, clean ingredients. No fluff, no fillers, just pure, effective CBD solutions designed to help support your health. In 2 non-clinical surveys, 81% of customers experienced more calm, 80% said CBD helped with pain after physical activity, and an impressive 90% among them, myself, said they slept better with CBD. So if you struggle with a health concern and haven't found relief, make the change like I did to CB Distillery. And with over 2 million customers and a solid 100% money-back guarantee, CB Distillery is the source to trust. We have a 20% discount code to get you started. Visit cbdistillery.com and use code WHO for 20% off. That's cbdistillery.com, code WHO. cbdistillery.com.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, host of Here's Where It Gets Interesting. Each week, I speak with authors, experts, and thought leaders on everything from American history and democracy to how to be a better person on the internet. And don't miss my extremely popular docuseries, which educate you on things you never learned in history class. Follow and listen to Here's Where It Gets Interesting on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Can't imagine it any other way. WhoWeekly.us is a Squarespace. It will always be a Squarespace. We love our Squarespace.
Even if they said no more advertising on this podcast, we would still have it be a Squarespace because honestly, it's just the easiest, sanest way to have a website on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I really can't think of another option.
No, I wouldn't even know how to do another option at this point. It's like it is a perfect way. I know they have all the features I need. If there's a new feature that I need somehow in the future, I know that they're going to have it. Mm-hmm. Let's say there's something we need to do on this website that I can't even think of right now. I know that in the future
technology advances,
that they will have our back.
I trust that Squarespace will keep up.
Well, because right now it's like, we have our tour dates that we're able to change on a whim, which we need to. But Squarespace does plenty of other things. They've got, you could do a course, you could host a course, you could do analytics, you could do email campaigns, you can take payments, you can sell stuff. I mean, it's like
sell stuff
we could do whatever we wanted on Squarespace, and I am actually comforted knowing that I could do that in the future.
Yeah.
So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/who and save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. That's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
I want to be famous.
Who is this woman?
This week is crazy. Rita is doing so much.
She's doing so much promo for America's Next Top Model and like high profile promo.
I mean, we knew this day would come that she would do a thing that would allow her to do this type of press and just completely throw us under the bus and our whole project that we're doing here.
It's so, listening to interviews with her, like I'm still shocked by her voice, even though I'm so familiar with it. She has such an interesting voice, but doesn't her accent sort of sound fake?
Well, she sounds like an impression of Mary Poppins that I would do at a party. Rita Ora was on our favorite show, Wendy Williams. We should play that interview and just kind of like go through it with everyone.
Okay.
Can you just play that right now?
Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm being a bit ropey for you. No, wait. I love the whole thing. It's finally very nice.
Meanwhile, don't forget how Wendy has dragged Rita every chance that she can get.
I'm waiting to be on this show, on this couch. I'm such a fan. Thank you. And I love you so much. It's so nice to be here. Thank you. I loved you in 50 Shades of Grey. She played, remember, Christian Grey's sister.
Okay, this is the first thing I want to call out, which is crazy. So I think you just said a version of this, but the end of the Rita theme song ends with Wendy Williams saying, "Who is this woman?" About Rita.
And she says, like, I think she was in 50 Shades, but she was barely in it. Wendy does shadily say that. Wait, click it back on because she does allude to that.
No, she says, remember Rita Ora was in 50 Shades of Grey? I loved you in that.
No, but she says, like, are you going to have more lines?
I saw it, loved it. Yeah. Bigger role for next time. For sure.
Bigger role for next time.
We just wrapped up the second one and the third one, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Bigger
the
role
second
for next
one,
time?
Darker, comes out in February. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, no one cares.
But yeah, it's exciting because it's just amazing to be part of a franchise that's so huge. I never went into that whole franchise thinking, wow, lead this, lead that. I couldn't believe I was even a part of it in the first place.
All right, well, so I know you from that.
Yes.
And I also
know you from that.
Adidas. I know you've been with Adidas now for a few years.
4.5 years. Just got my...
First of all, that is really funny for someone to say, you know Rita Ora? How do you know Rita Ora? Well, I know her from 50 Shades of Grey and from Adidas. What does that mean?
It's insane how Wendy goes like backwards in Rita's like actual, because if you were to be like, what's Rita Ora most famous for? I'd be like, she's a singer. Like she's a singer.
She doesn't bring up her singing once in the intro to this.
Wait, no, she does. We'll get to that.
Yes.
Wait, did she just say 15th collection?
You've been with Adidas now for a few years.
4.5 years. Just dropped my 15th collection.
No, I'm sorry.
Collection.
15 collections of what? Collections of pennies? Collections of she's what is this 15?
And I know you for being the fashion girl.
Thank you.
Like every single
The fashion girl? What does that mean?
And she goes, thank you. Like she wears clothes.
magazine you open up, you always see Rita Ora, and I always say, Okay, but what else does she do? What else does she do?
Oh my God.
I got it.
Okay.
I just want you to give us some shoe cam along with lower leg
That was
cam.
I mean, I'm just.
wild.
Honestly, Wendy did kind of say,
My toes, though.
Wendy was real. Okay.
You can look at the tip of the toe.
what does she do?
It's cute and all this. And the paperclip earrings and everything.
Okay, so now Wendy's like complimenting her fashion.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, I mean, we'll get to your dating life in a moment.
We'll get to your dating
But
life.
we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
All right, so Rita was discovered by Jay-Z. First of all, wait, before that,
That's in my country sign. That's what we do everywhere.
Oh, this was like
is
Wendy like
Albanian.
learned the Albanian
I
hand
thought you were
sign.
half black and half white
Everybody
or
usually
something
does.
like that.
I might as well be, but no, I'm Albanian.
What does that mean?
That's a weird moment. Rita thought she was biracial and she's not.
That's so crazy.
Wendy thought
I
she
mean,
was.
Wendy thought she was biracial. Rita
And then-
knew she wasn't biracial.
Well, Tony Dovolani was
And Rita said, I might as well be.
I don't know.
And then, yeah.
I think 'cause a lot of
Rita
people think
over
that,
in
so
Staten
she said
Island.
that.
We love Drake.
I love Rita. Okay.
Okay, so now they're talking about other Albanian celebrities.
So you were discovered by Jay-Z.
Yes.
Now, how does that happen?
Well, I was writing songs for other artists, and I was kind of in London town. I left school when I was 16.
London town.
You know what? I kind of really want to do this. My parents weren't happy about me leaving school. By the
Because
way,
your parents, you were raised in a
Yeah.
particular,
Well,
what did they do for
where I'm
profession?
Oh, and then
You know,
Wendy
the
implies
degree
that
and
Rita was
everything, it's
rich.
very vital
This
that,
was
you
this
know, you
whole thing
follow
that she
through
was
with
raised
education.
rich or something.
And I just said, give me a year, let me do this. And you know, in that year, Demos got into his office and he heard my voice and he thought he signed me up in about a week's time, around actually this time, 7 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, December time, yeah.
Now, your parents, you did not grow up wanting for much. What did they
This
do
is
for
such a
living?
weird thing that Wendy
Mommy
says to
is
her.
a psychiatrist. My dad owns a pub.
Yes.
So we got drinkers up in here.
So she grew up with a leg up, and I could understand them being disgusted that you left school at 16, but it
Yeah.
all kind of worked out.
Yeah.
And your biggest
Very
experience
strange.
that I know
Yes.
of.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah, that we did with Iggy, which is
Iggy
great.
Azalea.
That we love.
Are you still friends with her?
Yeah, we love her. I mean, I haven't spoken to her in a while, but anyone like
Did you
her.
hear that?
We love
It's a
her.
magic moment whenever you have
Yeah,
success,
to-
you know?
Do you
Iggy.
love singing
Iggy.
anymore?
Of course.
This fashion thing
The
that
thing
was
is,
working for you.
the thing is, I've been in such a hoo-ha with music, right?
Wait, what the
Into
fuck?
a thing where I wanted to outdo myself, so I started doing other things. And why not? You have an empire.
I've been such a hoo-ho?
She says, I've been in such a
Running
hoo-ha
America's
with the
Next Top Model,
music.
Which is, by the way, one of my favorite
Well, we
shows.
should clip that I've been in such a who.
Right, thank you. It's like I feel like I'm in one of the most powerful positions I've ever been in
Yes.
in my life.
What?
You know?
And now Tyra, everybody is still at the helm. You know, she's
Dream
the boss.
big,
Tyra
Rita.
is with her man. She's got the baby, and Tyra's one of those people who, and I love this. She understood if you can't do it all, then hand it over to somebody who's qualified, but also stay in the back and stay in charge. I love that collaboration with you guys.
Thank you, good, because I mean, you can't try and take over Tyra's shoes. It's
No,
impossible.
there's only one Tyra.
Right,
This,
so I
really
feel like
quickly,
what we create-
this must be one of the talking points that Tyra has like forced upon everyone because
Yes.
everyone
Don't forget.
Everyone is talking about Tyra so much, and it's like, reminder, Tyra has not left. Tyra just
Right.
doesn't have time because she's so busy.
Right.
And
Don't
she's
forget,
so
Tyra's
respectful
still
of
the
the
executive
show.
producer. Yeah.
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 You know how it is.
Yeah,
100%, yeah.
The cosigns are like worth it.
Yeah, the followers really do count these
Yeah.
days. I mean, I know how it is. I don't like that that's the
I
way it is,
know,
though.
I
but,
know.
but I know how it is.
I watch your show, I know.
I'm just saying.
See,
Rita,
that's the thing. It's like, does she watch the show? And if she does, she would
so
not
now
be
you're
on the show.
26 years
I
old.
just turned 26.
Do you? Did it? I saw
You know
pictures
what?
from your a fancy party in Dubai.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I actually fell asleep and I didn't even show up to that party. They made me a cake. They made me a cake and I fell asleep.
Wendy's
and then
like,
they-
shut
You
up.
didn't fall asleep.
I did. After I did my show, I went home. I was like, ew, and I passed out. Anyway, great birthday. But you know, honestly, I've discovered something. Turning 26, being 25. I don't know. Hopefully, people can relate. I went through like a quarter-life crisis. Type
Oh,
of thing.
A
God.
quarter life crisis.
Yeah, I swear.
Wendy's so upset.
I feel like they'll understand me
Wendy's like,
somehow. You know what
I'm
happens?
literally
When
100
you
years
don't
old. Like,
feel
can you
turning
stop?
over,
I'm
if you're
4
young
times your
enough, you're
age.
like, oh,
I see what you're saying.
or like, am I friends now with like my 30-year-old friends, or like, do I still hang out with like my 21-year-old friends?
She's
What
so...
am I doing with my life, and then you have an anxiety attack, and then you never go outside.
She's so off-putting here.
It's like she really does have the demeanor and like the delivery of a host. Because nothing she says comes across as like genuine. She's charming, but it's a very like manufactured charm, you know? She's good at it, but it's interesting the way that she participates in interviews.
Now, I'm not going to be too intrusive.
I know.
I got your telegram. You don't want me to intrude.
What
It's
is
a little
happening here?
attention in love life, doesn't it?
I got your telegram?
Are you dating
I don't
anyone
know.
special now?
Right now, well, I don't know about special, but
There's nothing wrong with that.
no, but not in that
So it's
way.
like, who are you
It's
dating? And Rita's
I'm
like,
a free spirit right
Yep.
now. I ain't looking
No
for
one.
nothing. I've just shot 3 movies this year, and
3
this
movies.
TV show. The last.
Well, 2 of them are 50 Shades.
And one is Wonderwell.
Wonderwall, yeah.
I mean,
I am. And
do you have a main home or a main flat or a main like,
Flat.
Your home?
yeah, I have a house in London.
In London.
Uh-huh.
Are you wild about Harry?
I am. Who isn't? You think it is?
Oh, and then
over
she's,
here,
like,
I feel
very
like,
excited about
like I just
Harry.
saw that picture, and for us, it's like
And she's
we
rude to
still
Meghan
get, like,
Markle.
flushy when we see the royal family. But Harry, any day of the week, don't you think?
Oh, over William? Oh,
I hope I'm allowed back in the country after I say
No,
that.
Harry over William. Do you think he'll marry the girl? I say no.
I don't know. But I still don't know if I believe it, you know.
That they're in a relationship?
Yeah.
No, I
This is a
believe
weird
they're in
conversation.
I don't know.
They could... Rita...
Look, I know my prince, all right?
Rita... They confirmed it.
Rita's so mad she's not dating Harry. I can tell.
And
Like,
in my dreams,
Rita's so
just-
mad
I
that she
mean,
didn't get a
just not. I
chance.
don't think it works
She's like,
out.
I'm
I just
literally
don't know
his
to see her
type, which I think
waffling
she
around
is.
Buckingham Palace.
No, they won't get married, but I do believe it's a real relationship now, but they won't get married,
Oh,
no.
okay. He's
Off
so
with her
hot.
head.
Off with her head.
Rita,
Yes.
don't be a stranger.
Oh, I have so much fun.
This is such
It was exhausting.
Really quick, so that was the end. I just want to point out that it's very strange that Rita Ora's interview with Wendy Williams literally ended with Rita joking about chopping off Meghan Markle's head.
Off with her head.
That's very strange. The other really great news about America's Next Top Model that was revealed this past week.
It was
also
on
the show
was
was on
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly and question mark. Kelly and who? Is that
Kelly and
so
friend.
again, they cannot just co-opt Tyra Mail because that would be invading Tyra's space and like Tyra's, brand, this thing that she created, Tyra Mail, which is so iconic for like a particular group of people who loved America's Next Top Model back when it was on. So it won't be called Rita Mail, it won't be called Aura Mail, it won't be called whatever. It's going to be called, we thought this was a joke, but this was confirmed by Rita Ora herself. And then we can play the clip just of her saying, Rita Oracles right here.
Yeah.
And I can cut that. Rita Oracles. Rita Oracles.
Wow.
Do you think, is this just going to be like a video, like a message, or like, will they put on like a Google Glass? Will they put
I
on
hope
like
that
a
she
VR?
like appears as a hologram or something. They got to step it up.
Oh, like CNN. That'd be great.
I mean, the thing about America's Next Top Model that was so charming is that it got very deranged purposefully. Like, the Tyra stuff got really, really weird and wacky and almost campy to the point of being self-aware. I mean, it knew that it was campy and it really went for it. Like, they just took it to another level, and I just don't know if that's going to continue or now we're like starting from the beginning where things are like kind of serious. Do you know what I mean?
The trailer made it look very serious.
Right, and the whole thing about later seasons of America's Next Top Model was that like Tyra was like wacko, like playing this like crazy, very like, how do I explain her? Like Gene Wilder as what's his face, Willy Wonka. Like he just like this mad scientist of models. You have to agree with me. Like she went crazy.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to share was, did you see this thing in People this week?
What thing?
So, People so rudely published in their magazine, Rita Ora, 5 things to know about the host of America's Next Top Model.
I didn't see this.
Yeah. Are you ready for the 5 things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're gonna die.
Oh wait, I saw this. Oh my god, we got sent this an email yesterday. Oh my
Yes.
god, I saw this.
And we've got tweeted at us a lot. 1, she's a Brit. 2, she'll shake things up. 3, she's the nice judge. 4, she's emotional. 5, are you ready? 5 will actually put you in a grave. 5, she's a singer.
God.
5.
I cannot believe that.
5.
She'll
5.
shake things up has more weight than she's a singer.
I just love that, like, did they run out of things that were relevant to the show and that 5 was just like, just say that she's a singer.
And then someone said, but everyone knows she's a singer. And then the editor like gave a look like, It's like, oh, okay, fine.
But also, like, 5 things to know about her. Number 2, she'll shake things up is not helpful. Neither is she's emotional. I just think that, like, it's just funny. It should be, you know, actual things that help us know who she is, not personality traits or whatever. That's not helpful for us.
Those things are never helpful.
True.
Really.
So that's it. I feel like we'll be checking in with you about the first episode, which is coming tomorrow. Today.
So if you watch in the next couple days, feel free to call in so that we can have a little America's Next Top Model segment on who's there this week, because we would love to know your questions, because Lindsay and I are obviously going to watch live.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, ask now or save them for later, because we can just talk about it forever. This is a long-running series.
Are we going to talk about America's Next Top Model every week? Absolutely not. Are we going to talk about America's Next Top Model the first episode that premieres? Of course we are.
Yes, but I hope it's good. I would like to talk about it with some regularity.
Oh, well, you can talk about it to yourself. And speaking of talking to yourself, we're done here.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Now, is it still Tyra Mail or is it Rita Mail now?
No, it's not mail. It's now called the Rita Oracles.
Oh my gosh, your name is so good. It's so good.
It's called the Rita Oracles. So when we call, you better answer.
Who is this woman?
So, Lindsay, what's Rita up to this week? And I know the answer to that. This isn't one of those things where I'm like expecting you to read Daily Mail headlines I have not yet scrolled through. We know what Rita's up to.
I just feel like I'm not even going to open my browser and go to my Google alert for Rita Ora, because I feel like I've been inundated with her because she finally did something.
She did something, and she did a good thing. She did a thing that got a lot of press, too.
She did. She released her single, her first song in 1,000 years or something.
Something close. It was, I think, 750 years. Yeah.
Okay. Her first song in 750 years. It's called Your Song, the song written by Ed Sheeran. And boy, you can tell it's written by Ed Sheeran. It is it's like a catchy plink plonk plink type of song.
You keep calling it a plink plonk song.
It's like
it's
plink
a catchy
plonk.
It's a catchy plink plonk song with weird allusions to sex that aren't sexy at all, like the least sexy depictions of sex. I want to say I don't love the verses, but I think the chorus is rather sweet. Let me read it.
Okay.
Not the pre-chorus, as Genius refers to it, which is
I know what you're gonna
disgusting.
read. I know you're gonna read.
No, I know I'm being. This is me being earnest right now. Okay.
No, but okay.
I don't want to hear sad songs anymore. I only want to hear love songs. I found my heart up in this place tonight. I don't want to sing mad songs anymore. I only want to sing your song, because your songs got me feeling like I'm in love. 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 Like that's the joke. That's funny. But I think it's kind of a sweet. It's a like Alanis Morissette.
It was cute, but
it's cute.
The number one thing that basically, if you were like Lindsay, Rita Ora is coming out with a song. What is the worst thing that could happen the day that Rita Ora comes out with a song? The first, I would say a terrorist attack. The second, I would say. The second, wait, I'm not done. The second, I would say.
I know what you're going to say.
Carly Rae Jepsen comes out with a song the same fucking day. And.
Just ruins her. Just ruins her moment.
The best song I've ever heard in my entire life. There's no exaggeration there. It is a perfect song. And Rita Ora's cutesy plink plonk plink song, fine, passable song, quickly goes from the top of my list to literally I'm playing Carly Rae Jepsen's new song 45 times and then Rita Ora's song once and then Carly Rae again 45 times.
It is funny imagining being in the universe of Rita Ora's new hit single, Your Song, and being in a room with Rita, and she's like, I'll play your song. And then you put on Cut to the Feeling.
I mean, that is my song. It's such a good song. I'm sorry. They came out same day. I know a lot of songs come out on Fridays. It's like a whole thing, but I've never been more like embarrassed than like when they both dropped the same time. And I was like, wow, all of my interests are aligning. And yet Rita's going to lose out once again. The one day I was going to pay full attention to her, I can't.
Because of Carly, yeah.
Because of Carly.
Because of Carly Rae's new song from the iconic unreleased animated feature about ballet dancing in Paris. Where she plays what? A janitor, right? A garbage man? What does she play?
I think she plays like a garbage man.
Are you the caretaker? Yes. And you can stay with me until you get on your feet.
But like, didn't you have this song? Didn't you have a clip with a song with like the text from
why I wasn't
from the trailer?
I mean, obviously songs are better when they don't have like voiceover over them.
Are they better
from, like,
when they don't have
ripped
voiceover?
version? But I had forgotten how good the song was because the version that we had was like ripped from like the European DVD of this movie where like you can hear dialogue in the background. So between Carly Rae's iconic verses, you hear some kid being like, "That's my girlfriend," or like, "I'm in Paris," and then it's Carly Rae singing, the best song ever released. So that sort of muddied the water a little bit. I will say not Carly. 2 more things about Rita, and then we can end this episode. 3 things, actually.
It's number 4 in the UK.
So here's some data. Let's examine this data.
Sure.
Rita Ora, Your Song, came out last Friday.
Sure.
Rita Ora has Your Song has 3,078,000 views. Your Song official lyric video on YouTube. That's good. 3,078,000. Carly Rae Jepsen has 1.2 million. So Carly Rae Jepsen has fewer than Rita. Less than 50% of Rita's view count. Mm-hmm. But what I find really interesting is that Rita Ora has a higher view count with fewer subscribers by far. Carly Rae Jepsen has 2.7 million subscribers and only 1.2 million listens on Cut to the Feelin'. Rita Ora has only 70,000 subscribers and 3 million views. Rita's doing better promo. That's thing 1.
Rita's doing better promo. Well,
that's thing 1. That's
Carly.
data.
It's not her first single off a new album. Rita's is. It's like a throwaway from a show. Carly really only has like 10 very fervent fans if you break it down. So like all those listens are me.
Okay, but listen. Number 2. This is the second thing.
Yeah.
I went to the iTunes reviews. I love this review.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Love it. 5 stars. Great to have her back. Great to have her back. Last thing I want to talk about before we end the episode. Great to have her back. We should make new merch that just has her face and says "Great to have her back." Okay, last thing. Lindsay, you probably didn't hear about this because we were on a plane or like busy, obsessing over Mark Feuerstein. She dropped another song over the weekend at the Radio 1 Music Festival.
No, she didn't.
She did, but she only performed it live. I put a link in here so you can listen to it.
Wait,
but it's called Girls. And so she had this stranger there called Ray, who I guess is famous in the UK. Ray, R-A-Y-E. And this is how she introduced it. Quote, I transcribed this. Charlie XCX is featured on it, but I think she wrote it because it sounds very Charlie XCX. Listen how she introduced it. She says, "This is called Girls, and it's about all my girls." So that's the concept of the song. This is the chorus. If you thought your song had a bad chorus or a bad chorus proper, not
I never
bad
said it was
pre-chorus,
bad.
I like the pre-chorus. Anyway, listen. Sometimes I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. Red wine, I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. Sometimes I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. Red wine, I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. So she made it seem like it was going to be this, like feminist anthem about like wanting to be with your girlfriends.
How did red wine make it into that song?
But then it turns into the chorus is about like, when I'm drunk, I like to kiss girls. That's wild.
Yeah.
False advertising.
I mean, Rita's, that sounds like a Charlie song, to be honest, to me.
Wait till... Also, it's kind of sad because the crowd reacts with a little more excitement whenever she surprises them by pulling out Carly. It's a little sad.
Charlie.
I got Carly on the brain.
Charlie and Rita are friends. I think...
No, she said she calls her best friend.
Oh, best friend.
Who is this woman?
Lindsay, what's Rita up to?
Let's see.
One thing that you don't have in here that I will just say really quickly, her album was delayed again.
Her album was delayed?
Her album is not coming out until 2018.
This is not a good sign. She has a single out now that's doing well. Release the album.
That's doing
Why
phenomenally
is she
well.
doing this? Who is doing this to her?
So the album was supposed to come out at the end of 2017, but now it's not coming out until the beginning of 2018.
Wait, I am genuinely distraught about this because not even just as like a Rita fan and a Rita, what do I call it? Like a Rita expert, I guess. What are we called now? I don't know.
Rita bots.
A Rita bot. I'm just annoyed because this is not how this should be working. If she has a real label, they released a single, they put promotion behind it. You have to roll out the album soon after the popular single. We cannot wait longer.
No, we can't. We really cannot.
This is horrendous.
And
oh, poor Rita.
I mean, let's just hope that it's being delayed because they realized they got a hit on their hands.
No.
And they want to make sure it's better.
No. You know that's not the case. Oh, how horrendous for her.
Could be, Lindsay.
No.
It could be the case.
No. Anyways, Rita also, Rita praised Ed Sheeran for helping her escape pop purgatory. Well, I guess she's still in pop purgatory because nobody will no one will let her release her album.
That's really sad.
And then Rita also defended Iggy Azalea for something, which is like, Rita, stop. Because I guess Iggy's also in, she has some issues with her contract with Rock Nation. And so Rita's like, been there, but obviously you're still there. Oh, I'm so mad at Rita. And not mad at her. I'm just mad at her situation. Disappointed, I could say.
The album needs to come out.
The way that you release an album is you put out a single, the single does well, you release the album. That is what yikes.
We're going to have to wait like 5 more months for this album.
I mean,
this is so
I'm standing by, clearly.
I was expecting it in like October.
I know, we'd have so much content and now we have to wait.
We got to wait even longer for the like bleep, bloop, bleep, bops. Bleep, bleep, bloop, 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 bleep.
I feel like that will be just the Ed Sheeran song. The rest of the album will sound more like Rita, which I don't even know what that sounds like, to be fair.
Maybe let's look on the bright side. Maybe she convinced Ed to write her new music, and she's going to get,
more bleep bleeps.
Class A.
More bloop bleeps.
Top tier Ed Sheeran song. Because that was like a throwaway Ed Sheeran song that he didn't want.
I know.
That other people turned down. Maybe he's going to get the top tier Ed Sheeran songs next.
She's like, Ed, look, I can make it a hit. Maybe
Jack Antonoff wants to write her a song.
Oh, shut up.
Maybe Charlie wants to write her a song.
Well, that's actually more likely. She was at Charlie's birthday party. Did you see that?
She was at, I did see that.
Who is this woman?
Lindsay, what's Rita up to?
Oh boy, Bobby, did you see she released a sponsored song?
I did.
I could it's like sometimes I don't think I get more obsessed with Rita Ora, and then she does something that's so utterly perfect. Like what artist just goes so above and beyond? Like she released a sponsored content song. She's perfect.
She hasn't. You notice you get on Spotify and it's like, oh, Rita Ora has a new single, and then you click on it and then you look at the
for gay people,
and it matches the era. The album art matches her current aesthetic, but then you look at the bottom right corner of the album art and it says absolute, as in absolute vodka.
Bobby, as a gay person, how do you feel about Rita Ora's song for gay people sponsored by Absolute?
I feel like she's really amplifying and uniting the voices of people across the nation to spark a much needed change in today's conversation.
Stop. It's crazy that Rita Ora invented gay people. Like, if you think about it, it's like this song is actually the beginning. Like, before this song, there were no gay people, and now there are gay people.
But the problem is, really, Rita Ora has been releasing hit after hit after hit. It ends there because she's released 3 hits. This one is not good.
I wonder
it's like, when she signed on to do this bad song for gay people, was this when she didn't have good songs? She was like, no one will notice because it just will fit in with the other songs I have that are kind of okay.
She must not have known that like she would have 3 chart toppers.
This is ruining her track record. Like, it truly is. And also, she like made a song that's like truly not in the spirit of Pride because it's so bad and not a banger.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it takes away from the spirit of Pride.
The other thing Rita's up to is she's starting her 50 Shades promo cycle because she's the only one who matters.
Comes out on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This line, she was talking to Us Weekly, love them, about her role in the new 50 Shades movie, and she says, quote, "It's definitely a little bit more scary because I get kidnapped and Dakota Johnson's character goes out on a mission to save me."
Wow, Rita, total spoiler.
Also, Us Weekly spells Dakota Johnson wrong, which is perfect.
Johnston.
It's not Johnston at all.
Again.
So Rita Ora's going to get kidnapped in the 50 Shades movie, which means we have to see it.
Okay, remember that shot from the trailer where everyone thought it was Rita Ora tied up in a chair? That was probably Rita Ora tied up in a chair.
It was.
Because she was kidnapped. She confirms. Okay, well, now I have to see this movie, as if I wasn't going to see it. Now I have to see it.
And she's sad that it's over.
Well, I mean, she doesn't get to be in another movie, confirmed.
Well, she'll be in, what is that, Wonderland with Carrie Fisher.
It's never coming out. Wonderwell is never coming out.
Wonderwell.
Who is this woman?
The only Rita news we have this week is that I saw 50 Shades Freed. It was the worst 50 Shades movie by far, but the best Rita Ora performance in 50 Shades by far. So she had multiple things. For one, spoiler alert, she caught the bouquet at their wedding. So you know what that means. Spinoff. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Right?
Just like a very sweet, like a normal romantic comedy about Rita's love life. I'd love it. Rita Gray. What's her name? Sasha Gray?
Her name is... No. That's a porn star. Her
Mia
name
Gray.
is Mia Gray. Mia. Okay. Rita also had a scene where she tried on clothes with her. And it was
Which
great.
like, You're
it was
so hot. You're
yeah,
so hot.
it was perfect for Rita because like she was so good at that. And then she had another scene. Well, we know this, but she got
so
kidnapped.
good at trying on clothes.
She got kidnapped. And so there was a scene where she was tied up and had a gag in her mouth and was acting. She was like, like that. And her tears, she had all these tears. And I'm trying to think of another scene. Oh, there was another scene. This is my favorite part of 50 Shades, which most involves Rita a little bit, mostly involves Jamie Dornan's being in captivity for this entire movie series. There's a part where they like go to this house and they're all at the house. It's like all the brothers and sisters of Christian Grey and her and Dakota Fanning. Nope, Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. There you go.
And they're like, they hear piano coming from the other room and they walk. They walk into they walk into the room and they're looking down on Jamie Dornan singing "Maybe I'm Amazed" by Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm. The worst song. Ugh.
And Rita's like, we didn't even know he knew how to play the piano. It's so funny because
I love
it's
that
so
that
random.
he didn't sing the whole song.
Well,
like,
so that's
on the
my
soundtrack,
favorite thing.
There's only one verse.
Okay, so that's my favorite thing is I saw this on the track listing for the soundtrack a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god, he did a full cover of this song for the soundtrack. This is iconic. And then it came out yesterday or a few days ago, and it's only a minute long because Jamie Dornan, who it's so obvious he's so miserable. Like, please free him.
Both of them are.
This movie is like Jamie Dornan freed. Like, it's
Okay,
so...
neither of them need to be free. They made so much money
But
off of
he
this.
is so
Never
obvious
pity
about
them.
it. He won't even record the full version of this song for the soundtrack. It's only a minute long.
It's funny imagining just walking out of the sound booth after finishing the first chorus, and they're like, and they don't say anything. They're just like, just end it. Just end it.
It's
Let's just
great. And so during the interview, he said, I presume it's not very good. I kind of got through it. Like, he's literally miserable. Also, apparently that house that they shot that in, was the home of Sarah McLachlan.
Jesus, that's amazing. Okay, well, we're done, I guess. I love that it belonged to Sarah McLachlan. I love her. Love her. Big surprise. I love Sarah McLachlan. Fucking shit. God. Okay.
I want to be famous.
I slept in a terrible bed at one of our dates this story. I won't reveal where it was because I don't want to be super rude, but the bed was absolutely horrendous. Big dip in the middle. I was always like rolling into the center. It was so bad. My back hurt so bad when I woke up. And guess what? When I got home, my favorite part of being home was getting in bed.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were like back into
finally,
my mattress.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real bed that was chosen for me based on a quiz, the Helix quiz.
Right. And sometimes when people use my mattress, they're like, that's a little soft. And I'm like, yeah, it's made for me, not for you.
For you.
Which actually even drives home the fact that it's so made for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I kind of relish in the fact. I mean, I don't want my friends to be uncomfortable, but I'm like, I kind of am like celebrating the fact that it's like for my body, not for yours.
Mm-hmm. I just sleep so much better on my own mattress than literally any other mattress. And that's because Helix mattresses rock. I wake up, my back doesn't hurt. I wake up, I don't have night sweats. I wake up and I'm thrilled. I wake up and I say, I love you, Helix.
That's
so
incredible.
If you want to experience the joy that I experience every
time
I get in bed,
the
and
satisfaction,
every time I get out of bed, you should go to helixsleep.com/who because you will get 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase. Plus, get a free bedding bundle, which includes 2 dream pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order at helixsleep.com/who. That's helixsleep.com/who.
Vet bills can be expensive, but Spot Pet Insurance can give you up to 90% cash back on vet bills, so you can worry less about high vet bills. Yep, up to 90% cash back on vet bills for unexpected accidents, illness, and even routine care. And with Spot Pet Insurance plans, you can go to any vet you want in the US or Canada. There's no network you need to stick to, so visit your favorite vet, and you can save money on expensive vet bills. That's Spot Pet Insurance. It's no wonder Spot is America's favorite pet insurance. Visit spotpet.com for a free quote today. For all terms, visit spotpetins.com/sample-policy. Spot Pet Insurance plans are underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produce Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC. This is an independent ad from Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC.
You want to hear something fun about my most recent purchase from Quince?
I know what it is. So tell me again.
So I had to, I don't want to give it away. Well, I'm giving it away. I don't care. I had to replicate a gorgeous silk slip from the performance of Sunset Boulevard on Broadway in order to create my Halloween costume, which is, of course, Nicole Scherzinger in Sunset Boulevard, which involves, as Norma Desmond, you're going to get a dark wig, you're going to get some blood, but you also need a gorgeous silk slip. And I immediately said, oh, I know where to get that, from Quince, because I'm like, I know Quince will have a flattering, affordable, and comfortable, which is really the most important thing. Mm-hmm. Because Halloween costumes, I'm not out here trying to wear some sort of like rayon, gross, itchy thing. Like I want a real slip. And so I went right to Quince, and they had a beautiful black slip that I bought for my Halloween costume. But you know what? I'm going to keep wearing it. It's not just going to be a costume.
I'm sure it's a beautiful, beautiful
slip. It really is. It's really going to be gorgeous.
Slip.
And they don't just have silk slips that are affordable. They also have classic fall items like sweaters.
I just bought an overshirt from them. I love an overshirt.
An overshirt,
yeah,
really?
I love an overshirt.
It's a cozy overshirt.
It's a cozy overshirt. It's I think it's camel colored. It's a camel colored overshirt.
Really?
Kind of like a half jacket, half shirt.
Well, Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And it's not just that. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, which includes leather jackets and cotton cardigans and soft denim and so much more.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And of course, premium fabrics and finishes for that luxury feel in every piece. So get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/who for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/who to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/who.
I want to be famous.
Who is this woman?
So while we were gone, Rita had one of
God.
maybe her most dramatic moments in recent memory since we've been doing this podcast.
She literally released a Notes app apology while we were on vacation. It's like, I can't imagine any ruder timing. I think she did it on purpose.
She released that song that we've been talking about for what feels like 9 months now. Girls, the song with Cardi, BB, and God, who else? Rita and Charlie. Cardi, Charlie, BB, Rita. The song about kissing girls when you're a girl. Like if you're a girl, but you also like to kiss girls, that's what the song is about.
Well, the weird thing was that from the start, before the song was even released, Rita was like, I'm inspired by I Kissed a Boy or I Kissed a Girl. Oh my God. I'm inspired by Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl. And if you remember, that song was very popular, but that song is very controversial.
That song was a problem.
Yeah, and people look back at it and say, you know what, that song, it was good, but we don't really want to like acknowledge that it was a problem.
What? Let's strike it from the Katy Perry record, you know?
So if you've read anything about this song, you would know that it's maybe not the best song to base your new song off of, right?
Especially in 2018.
Yeah. So this was supposed to be the like equivalent of Boys, Charlie's Boys.
It's supposed to be the, your Bang Bang of 2018.
the Lady Marmalade.
The Lady Marmalade of
our
2018.
day. Anyways, we had heard the part of the song at a live performance. I don't know if you remember, like, it's pretty much the same song without Cardi's verse.
Yeah.
That she sang. And I was kind of like not impressed.
The vocals are indistinguishable. Like the women are indistinguishable from one another. You know?
I can tell the difference between them because I'm sick. But I will say BB is like fucking screwed
sounds like a
on
robot.
this track.
BB sounds like a robot.
Disrespected.
BB sounds like one of those like San Marino robots.
Do you like the song?
I think the
because I don't hate
chorus is sort of catchy.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I honestly, like, I know myself well enough to know that, like, as time passes and I listen to the song, like, I won't be mad about it.
Yeah. I mean, Boys is a lot better, though. A lot of people were really mad about it. One, I think because it's one thing to have Rita, like, as the main singer, be like, I'm bisexual, love it. But, like, the fact that the three other women were not, like, nobody was gay in that group. Really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to speak for everyone's whatevers, but like there's a lot of like really cool like queer singers, and if you're not going to try and get like at least one or two of them on this track, like especially like female rappers, like come on. So that was like kind of weird, and
Haley Kiyoko was annoyed about it.
She was
completely understandably
pissed.
for those reasons, and I think a reason that she brought up that is also something that should be considered is that it was very like I mean, let me just quote her. A song like this just fuels the male gaze while marginalizing the idea of women loving women. Because it could easily, you understand the interpretation of like, oh, this is just trying to make girls kissing girls some sort of sexy, fun, silly thing that happens sometimes.
Which is what it's been for the past 100 million years. Like, that's what we see as like, oh, like,
so she's
get
basically
drunk,
saying,
hook up with a
haven't we
girl.
moved past this thing where it's like, oh, isn't it like
we
fun
haven't.
when a
We
girl
haven't.
kisses another girl or when a boy kisses another? Actually, that's still not fun when a boy kisses another boy, according to pop music. But anyway, that's what Haley said. So Rita Ora responded. I think Haley's response is what got Rita so shook.
Yeah, because it's really fucking right.
Yes.
And you can't really argue with it.
No, not at all.
And even if you and I didn't feel immediately like offended, Haley's response made me understand fully what was angry, why people were angry. And like that made me be like, oh, well, clearly this is not something that I felt in me, but I totally understand why a song that implies that you have to be fucked up to kiss a woman
you have to drink red wine.
Rude. Like that's rude and not cool. So Rita wrote a notes app that I guess I should read. I don't know.
Read it in full.
The best part is it starts with hello everyone reading this.
Which it should have started with hello my gay boys.
Hello my gay
Hi,
girls.
Gay boys. Hi my gay girls.
Hello everyone reading this. Girls was written to represent my truth and is an accurate account of a real and honest experience of my life. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's like, okay, so Rita got drunk on red wine and hooked up with a girl. Great.
Yeah.
I have had romantic relations with women and men throughout my life, and this is my personal journey. God, I love this response. Is so. I am sorry how I express myself in I am sorry how I express myself in my song has hurt anyone. That's bad English, not me. She wrote that. I would never intentionally cause harm to other LGBTQ plus people or anyone. Looking forward, I hope that continuing to express myself through my art will empower my fans to feel as proud of themselves as I'm learning to. This is so boring. Remember she did that like pride thing for Absolute Vodka? I just thought of that as I was reading this. Rita has pride, okay? She has pride.
Like Anywhere was like an Absolute Vodka branded song, basically.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah, it was a pride song. So this is controversial, but I can't help, and this is going to sound like, Lindsay, you're in too deep, but I can't help but think like this only gets Rita more attention and press, and like know she loves it.
of course.
Like Rita got think pieces. Rita's never gotten think pieces before. Right?
That's true. She hasn't. I don't think she has.
Ever. No one's like thinking about Rita. Now people are thinking about Rita.
But you know what? They're not. If the song had been better, also, people would be thinking about her even more. I think it's gonna be easy to forget this because the song is so like, whatever.
Well, the funny thing is that unless it like takes a turn and becomes like huge, which doesn't kind of seem like it.
Yeah, but it's still early. It's hard to predict.
Right. It's like Boys didn't like do well either, and I Kissed a Girl only was a thing because it did well. It was a huge hit. Otherwise, we would have forgotten about it. I mean, didn't Katy Perry also have a song that's like, I'm gay or something? You're so gay.
No, you're so gay and you don't even like boys. It's her being like homophobic. Like, I hate my boyfriend because he's a gay. He's a gay.
So to be inspired by Katy on this one is a true oversight. And to call it out is like a dummy move. Like, that's a dummy move.
It was very dumb of her. Sorry, Rita, that was dumb of you. Also, it was dumb of her not to get a queer rapper to add the verse.
Also, Cardi's verse sucked. Like, how many fucking we have so
Cardi's
many.
verse had a thing like being down with scissoring or something.
It just was like not good. It didn't matter. It didn't bring anything to the song. And there are so many cool queer female rappers right now that like would have been amazing. And I kind of don't understand why that didn't happen. And I don't want to blame anyone, but like, it's Rita's name on the fucking song. She's the lead. Don't forget, it's going to go on her album, which is never going to come out.
Who is this woman?
Okay, so what is Rita Ora up to?
I can't believe... I'm more like mad that we forgot a segment we've done like 400 times, but...
400? 500?
I mean, that's honestly more of what Rita's up to than what Rita's actually up to. Is that like Who Weekly forgot the Rita Ora segment for the first time in like 45 years. The Sun reported that Rita Ora's quote lovely accent inspired Margot Robbie's scheming assassin, which is great because that is really bringing in somebody I didn't expect to deal with Rita Ora, and yet here she is saying that a friend of mine, Rita Ora, I think she has a lovely accent, so I pulled a bit of reference from her voice. Margot tells metro.co.uk.
When who's collide?
Well, Margot's doing an impression of Rita on her newest show, her newest movie. But what is the movie? She's playing an assassin?
I don't know that movie. I was really hoping that it was when she played Queen Elizabeth.
Well, that would be. But Rita is posh. I don't think Rita has the palace accent though, but she is posh.
What do you call that? The Queen's English?
Yeah, I don't think Rita's accent is quite that crazy, but she does speak with a very posh
It's a lovely accent.
From what I
according to Margot.
Right. So Margot did a Rita impression. I hope one day Rita does a Margot impression. I would love to hear Rita's Australian accent.
I know. I hope she's in a movie where she plays an Australian assassin. That would be wonderful.
Rita plays Australian assassin. Yeah, it would be. Also, there was a really, really good Daily Mail article about Rita this week. This
is the best thing she's up to.
This is honestly one of the best things of the week too, is that Rita. So the premise of the Daily Mail piece is Rita Ora looks glum as she grabs a coffee before heading to £30,000 pound a year gym in London's Notting Hill. And so the idea of this piece was, how could Rita be so upset looking, meaning just like photos of her where she's like not smiling, if she belongs to a gym that's so expensive? So
in a cool neighborhood.
So this writer's like, I can't believe that Rita Ora looks so upset even though she belongs to this really expensive gym, which makes me think that this writer is desperate
while she's drinking drinking coffee.
Well, that's the second part, right?
And she belongs to an expensive gym, and she has the nerve to look glum. But then there's a really good twist that you noticed that is my favorite part about this.
Well, let me just read to you my favorite photo captions, because the article really, the narrative of this piece really takes place in the photo captions.
As it usually does in the Daily Mail.
Right. And so like instead of it being in the text of the piece, if you just read the photo captions, you'll get like a general sense of what's going on. So let me read my favorites that I pulled from here that kind of, these are in order of how they come in the
they're
article.
in chronological order, yeah.
Okay. Bored. The fact that Rita's gym is the £30,000 pound a year bodyism in Notting Hill didn't seem to be motivating her any further, as she cut a glum figure at a cafe on the way.
You can't cut a glum figure, by the way, but go on.
I have no idea.
You okay, hon? Slumping over her drink, Rita, 27, was seen with her head in her hand, looking irritable and cheesed off.
Neck.
Cheesed off. Fuck, he reused it. Cheesed off. Cheesed off. The fact that Rita's gym is 30K pound a year bodyism in Notting Hill didn't seem to be motivating her any further. Jesus Christ. Then it gets good because Rita has a cup of coffee and everything changes. Coffee number 2. She ordered a second coffee, this time a takeout to disappear off with. This is the twist. This is the turn of the story. And now, this is the conclusion. Woke. Her shot of caffeine appeared to help perk up the Lonely Together songstress. Which, I mean,
coffee made her happier.
Could she
Coffee
be
made her happier.
Could she be any more just like us? It's like Rita Ora doesn't want to go to the gym. Rita Ora gets a second coffee and she looks a lot more awake. Like, have you ever felt more related to Bobby?
No, I actually never have.
But it's just so funny how, like, this narrative that this person crafted was based around the fact that how dare Rita Ora look not thrilled because she belongs to such an expensive gym. When going to the gym is miserable.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
So you would look mad if you knew you had to go.
I mean, working at the Daily Mail is nonstop creative exercises because you're just given reams of photographs and you have to construct a narrative based only on the photographs. And so it's like really fun. It's almost like, what is that? The Iowa Writing Workshop. That's what it is.
These are the finest writers of our time. And I don't think that they get the credit.
You could go get an MFA, you could go to like some like prestigious writing workshop, or you could just work for the Daily Mail and you will be getting your creative bones or your creative muscles exercised to that extent, I think. It's journalism and literature, which I think is a really great cross-section.
It's beyond journalism. Yeah, it's truly in its own realm of celebrity fiction, celebrity novels, celebrity creativity. It's great.
The Hollywood bigwigs right now they're poaching stories from podcasts. Pretty soon they're going to be poaching stories from Daily Mail captions, I think. I think that's the new trend.
They would be. If you listen to us, you'll look right in those captions and you'll say, "Oh, a movie about a woman who doesn't want to go to the gym but then drink coffee and feels better."
And Pascal's like, "I'm paying $20 million for the rights to this."
Rita Ora will play herself and she will do an Australian accent.
Genius.
Who is this woman?
So big Rita news.
Yeah, we were singing her new single all weekend.
Hold on, I was just singing it and now I forgot it. No, wish that I could make you.
That goes like
she's really good at, you know what she's really good at?
What?
This happens in Anywhere, the pre-chorus.
That they're like, what's the matter?
What's the matter? That's really good.
Is that pre-chorus technically?
I guess that's, or is it just
I
chorus?
love when we become pop music critics. I gotta say, because this is a fair and balanced podcast, I think this song is a little bit out of Rita's range, but I like it. She's on the top of her range.
We were saying this. Her new era is sort of like straining.
It's a little strain. It's like straining to reach these notes a little.
But I'm choosing to read it as a deliberate choice. You know?
Right.
Because all of the songs she's sort of straining.
Maybe she's just like trying to get to the next era.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's just like working her vocal cords out.
I don't know
like
if that's
she needs. It's sort of like there's a terrible comparison because Rita could never know offense, but it's like Rihanna. It's sort of like Rihanna.
Right. Rihanna sings high sometimes. You're like, Rihanna, I know this is out of your range.
But she sort of powered through it, and now her voice is better than ever.
Or just there's something special to her voice where she goes out of her range and you can tell, but it still sounds like interesting. Okay.
So yeah, maybe it's her trying to strain because she thinks it makes her sound more legit.
Okay, but we do like the song. We do think it's catchy.
Oh, yeah,
we
love
enjoy it. I could not sing you any of the verses, but the chorus is catchy.
I don't
think so.
I remember that part.
So here's a question. Rita's album is named Phoenix. Do we know why it's named Phoenix?
I know we've been covering Rita long enough to know that she's never caught fire. So I don't really know where this comes from.
Do you think she has a little bit of a complex, which we've helped give her, which is like a rise from the ashes thing?
I briefly considered that, but I feel like in Rita's mind, she's just always been famous and successful.
No, but I think she feels a little bit of the like, it's been really hard for me to release this album. I mean, it's been how many years since her first
maybe it's
album?
Like more of a Calvin reference.
I think she's referring to like kind of how difficult, like she's going to triumphantly make a return like a phoenix, rise from the ashes, like a beautiful Conchita Verse song from Eurovision.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Just
Maybe
a
you're
thought.
right.
I mean, it does say a lot about her if that's the case. You know, it kind of says a little bit about her frame of mind.
What I do find strange about it is that she's on her side, which I guess, is that supposed to be like a joke?
Cover.
On the album cover, it says Phoenix, but she's like lying down.
Well, she's kind of, I mean, she's more just like in the trend of Ariana Grande's album being like upside down head. She's like side head.
So she did like a 90-degree turn from Ariana.
What's weird about the album cover is you're kind of like, wait, is that Rita Ora? Like, it's another photo that doesn't really look like it. Just, if you have to give it a double look, a double take. Rita, oh, is that Rita? Oh, it is.
Speaking of double takes, she looked great in Gibraltar. I saw her post these on Instagram. She posted several of them. She wore this jumpsuit that looks like a comic book art.
It looks crazy. It looks crazy. It's crazy. She's crazy.
It looked good, and she had a couple braids in her hair. She performed at MTV's Gibraltar Calling, which just goes to show that like MTV is doing more than we could possibly ever cover.
But also just like that Rita is just like everywhere and everything. Like it's wild when I look at my Instagram and Rita's pops up and she's in Gibraltar. I'm like, where is Rita?
Rita will always go. It's very far. Where's that? Like southern Spain? Did you read this? Here we go. Really, really quick thing. When asked what her perfect date would be, she said, quote, absolutely nothing. No pressure. Dates freak me out. I get crazy anxiety. I don't want any pressure. I'd rather have a little drink.
Wait, what? Whoa. That's a lot. That's a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
That's a Rita revelation.
Who is this woman?
Our intro was Rita, so we really need to just get into it, right? First of all, Rita performed on Thanksgiving Day Parade. Did you watch it? Oh, right, you were there.
I was there. I saw her up close and personal.
That was crazy.
It was wild.
What was it like to see her?
She waved in my direction.
Do you think that she knew?
No, she had no idea. She had no idea.
What was it? Was it weird to see her up close? Because I don't think you have before.
No, I've never seen her in person, let alone that close. I mean, I was 6 feet away from her,
and in such a like specific place too.
Yeah, and she was on the Crazy Glue float too, which is really funny.
She also lip sync, or she sang, which by the way, they all lip sync. I mean,
yeah, and I don't. She was very unfairly maligned for this. Of course. Do you know how cold it was on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It was the coldest Thanksgiving in history. Everyone knows that they don't. Right. And everyone knows that they don't sing because the way that the floats are rigged, like you can't sing live because think about it. It has to like go to the TV. It's not just like for the crowd around you. They can't just amplify your voice. It has to like do a whole thing. The people who did sing live, but people are going to say people did sing live. The people who sang live were stationary, if you notice. Like Kelly Clarkson was like performing.
She was not on a float. She was not on the float.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're on the float for like 40 blocks in like sub-zero temperatures, essentially sub-zero temperatures, veering on sub-zero temperatures. Of course, you're not going to sing after going down 40 blocks of cold weather.
Right. No, it just the whole thing was silly, but it was very Rita to like mess up the sync. Like, come on, like there's nothing more Rita than messing up the sync. I'm glad she was there. She was followed by Ashley Tisdale. It was like a true treat to come down in the morning and see her on that fucking float, and then think about you like freezing your ass off.
And not to be rude, but just anecdotally, I was there. This happened to me. Ashley Tisdale got a much bigger applause than Rita when Rita went by.
What?
Like. By it was like exponential. It was huge. The audience response to Ashley Tisdale was like shrieking.
And Rita got like a golf clap.
Nothing. Rita got really close to nothing. It was wild. But anyway.
Yeah, let's move on to the album.
The album is out. So what we're going to do over the next few weeks is review 2 tracks at a time. Just straight down the list, tracks 1 and 2, then 2 and 3 and 4.
A long time because the album is very long.
It's such a long album, and we've
Why
heard
is it
most
so
of the
long?
songs.
I know. I don't understand, and we'll get into this, but I really don't understand why every song she's like touched in the past like 2 years does not have to be on this album. Rita.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. She has a lot to catch up on.
Oh, it's like, why is the 50 Shades song on here, Rita?
It came out in January.
I don't.
Okay, let's start with tracks 1 and 2, which are Anywhere and Let You Love Me.
Both have been released. Anywhere was released earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let You Love Me was released most recently. I feel like Anywhere was the first song that kind of Your Song was the first song that made me feel like, oh, maybe she could like have a good song.
Yes, and then Anywhere came out and people loved it because the chorus is like gibberish, but like in a fun way.
Yeah, it's just pure mashed up gibberish. What's fun is that it's written by like a lot of Swedes. Also the guy who wrote Good Time by Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen, classic, and also Work From Home.
That's good.
So we've got some good songwriters on here, Rita not included, and the iconic chorus. Also her ex question mark boyfriend.
Andrew what?
Right, this dude. Ex? I don't know.
I don't know that we have anything official there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So
we love Anywhere. We love Let You Love Me. I think.
I don't love Let You Love Me. I gotta.
That's what I say. I love Anywhere more.
Let You Love Me is a little bit grating for me. There's something about the chorus, the way that she sings it, and also the key that it's in. It hurts my ears.
I like the melody of Let You Love Me more than I love the song.
Really?
Yeah, like the dun 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 dun.
I like that too, but I don't like the So I don't
like the verses. I like the verses. I don't like the chorus.
Okay, I agree.
You're right.
With that.
I agree with you. It's a grating chorus. Yeah, it's a grating chorus. Yeah,
but then it's like I hate I hate that. That's too. It's too high for Rita. I think. Not that I think she can't.
It's so generic, and that seemed like an easy get for her.
I don't know if she can, but
she can. She did Your Song. She did Anywhere. She has done better.
Sure.
She's done better on the album.
There's some good songs on here. We'll get to them. We just wanted to go track by track. So these two you've already heard about from us. I think we already kind of talked about them.
Yeah, but next week we'll give you two more.
Both did well though. I will say chart wise, which I thought was interesting. Both like pretty much charted everywhere but the United States. No, I think they charted a little bit in the United States.
The working title of Anywhere was Anywhere but the United States.
I'll take me anywhere but the United States where I don't chart. But what's crazy is that like the lead up to this release has been insane for Rita's press cycle, but it's only going to stay bad, don't you think? Like until she goes on tour, which I don't even know if that's been announced yet. She's just going to keep on putting in the time, you know?
Yeah. She puts in the work. We were mentioned in a Telegraph article about her, which was fun.
That was amazing. In the lead. And kind of, and I think like respectfully for us, like it wasn't like we join the many voices of the Rita Ora Who Is She movement. We're not, we're not out here to be cruel, even if you might sometimes think so. And so I appreciated that the Telegraph fully got the context of what we are going for here in this project.
We were characterized well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Telegraph.
And we were shouted out on Pop Culture Happy Hour, which I loved.
Oh, what a dream.
So nice.
A true fantasy. And I think with that, we're done.
Who is this woman?
And that was our very first Rita Ora compilation episode. Oh, that was good.
There's so much more Rita Ora where that came from. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to follow up on that. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us. We will be back with a brand new episode next week on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that.
Support us on patreon.com/whoweekly for bonus episodes, a Discord server, commentary tracks, and more. You can also get the audio only on Apple Podcasts. Just click subscribe in the app. While you're there, rate and review us. We love your ratings and reviewings. What else is there to say? Buy tickets to the final dates of our live tour in Philadelphia, Boston and DC,
New York City,
which is going to be a fantastic big show. Timmy will be there, by the way, just to
oh my God, don't spoil
tell
it.
everyone. We will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
See ya.
Hey.
Real.
Hey.
Real.
Hey. I want to be famous.